When I say chain, you say?
I can't.
Ashley, when I say chain, you say?
I don't even know what I'm supposed to say.
God, you guys are absolutely useless. It's Link. Chainlink has been absolutely, Chainlink has been absolutely crushing it. Why, how, when are we going to see new all-time highs? What is our current price prediction for Chainlink? We'll get my thoughts. You get Rob's thoughts. Maybe you'll get Ashley's thoughts. Today is a very special day. We're officially going to pay a debt that we've owed Ashley for 2 weeks now. She's getting her Jordans on live on air today. Also, speaking of Ashley, she does have the crypto confessions. So stay tuned and see what crazy stuff people sent in. We're going to talk Chainlink. We're going to talk Ethereum. We're going to talk the Fed. We're going to talk Bitcoin. We're going to talk Bank of America and why money market funds are in trouble. And that money might start flowing into crypto. That's $7 trillion plus. We have that and much, much more on today's episode of Sin City Crypto. Let's go.
Hola! It's your boy Big Rob back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto, home of the entertainment-focused cryptocurrency content. Take old, boring, stale information, repackage that all up in a fun and sexy kind of way. What is going on with OKB, dude? This thing is...
Hold on, man. Hold on. Don't just jump over. I tried to get you involved, and you couldn't even say the word link. You knew exactly where I was going. You just tried to humiliate me.
I don't do the...
You don't do
the weird theatrics, the
you don't?
stuff. No,
Huh.
I get animated. I laugh, I joke, but I'm just like, yeah. I'm not like when I go to remember when you had like orientation and you get like 20 people, they play some stupid game and get everyone to get up and like sing and do something.
Yeah.
I was always the guy in the back, like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got hired, I ain't doing that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a chef or whatever the hell I was doing at the time. I'm like, they're like, well, no, you got to get up and it's all about teamwork. So we're gonna pretend that we're at a.
Wow.
You just sound very boring, honestly.
He sounds like a boomer.
Like, my favorite thing was, like, passing down the invisible ball, you know, where you introduce yourself and then you throw the invisible ball. Why didn't you do that?
I straight spiked that thing like a volleyball, bro, every time. Like, throw me that ball. Like, get your shit out of here.
Well,
Wow.
I guess you didn't need to introduce yourself. You just came off as an asshole. I don't know.
Anyways, yeah, OKB, yeah, I'd be careful. I don't know any of you are holding it. Nothing wrong with making money on it, but do not hold it for a long time. That is a highly manipulated token, and well, we saw what happened with FTX. I'm not saying the same thing's going to happen to OKB.
I look at it like BNB, man. I was on here yesterday when it was at 160. I'm like, this thing's going to 300. That was my yesterday's thing. It's at 220 right now. And
That's crazy.
you know, it's
What's the circulating supply on that token?
21 million.
Jesus Christ.
It's almost the same playbook out of BNB, man. I'm telling you, dude. I don't think it's gonna get into the top 5 like BNB is, just because of the size of OKB as their exchange. There's less people
OKB is
buying.
a big exchange.
They are.
They're not buying.
That's why
I think they're number 3.
So yesterday they were at a $3 billion market cap. I was saying, I'm like, hey, this thing's gonna get to $6 billion. I didn't think it was gonna get there within 12 hours or 24 hours, but here we are. I genuinely think that it'll be around the top 10 here within the next 30 days. I don't see it pulling back, dude. Because of manipulation, I think you're gonna get more rallies out of it. I think it gets up to that between 10 and 15 billion dollar market cap.
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if OKB pulls a page out of FTX's playbook, which is, hey, look at our balance sheet. We got 5 million OKB tokens at $220 a piece.
But the problem was that Binance FTX had sold, they had sold a giant chunk, like 20 or 40% of their FTX token to Binance, a competitor. So Binance, once they saw some blood in the water, they just chummed the whole damn thing.
No, but
they pulled it.
But
they went on Twitter. CZ went on Twitter and said, "I'm selling all of it," and basically crashed the market because the token supply was in the control of an enemy. Now here, OKB, it's centralized within their own books. It's centralized between their own early founders.
Okay, but how do you know that they don't have something similar? Maybe not Binance, maybe it's Coinbase.
And here's the thing. Even if that is the situation, it's not going to come unraveling right now. It'll come unraveling once the top of the market starts.
And that's why I said no problem making money with it. Don't hold it for too long. Take your profits if you have money in it. That's all I'll say. Don't get caught up.
There's like it's like for me, I've made a ton of money off of meme coins. I don't personally believe in them, and I don't think they're great investments. But there's opportunities to make money, and I'm looking at exchange tokens. I've talked about Kronos. It's right there with Kronos. Their market cap 28, 29. They're pretty much at the same market cap, and I think the same will happen with Kronos too. Now, OKB was damn near outside the top 100 a few months ago, and here we are. I mean, this thing. Now you can blame it on manipulation, which it absolutely is. I don't think that this is not natural trading, but if you're just holding it, I mean, you don't really care where the gains come from, right? It's like, it's something interesting. You're going to see a lot more of this stuff during the bull market. We're in the middle of a bull market, and well, things that just don't make sense happen. That's part of crypto, especially in bull markets. We'll see some projects come out of nowhere. We'll also see some projects blow up. Could OKB token be one of those? It's potential. I think it's unlikely at this point. Dan Griffin said, "Crow is trash." I'm not using it, but I think it's gonna make you some money.
Let's talk about a big hole.
Okay.
The biggest hole. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Jackson Hole. Look at the size of this hole. Now, what is the importance of Jackson's Hole? Well, it's Jerome Powell's going to be there. He's going there, locked and loaded, ready to go. Final Jackson Hole symposium happens tomorrow. I think that's why we're seeing a lot of volatility in the markets. That's why we're seeing the markets dip. His past speeches have previewed key Fed moves, including hikes, cuts, and new policies. And in 2024, if you remember, Jerome Powell signaled rate cuts after inflation cooled and job risks grew. Now, speaking of rate cuts, Cleveland Fed President Hammack says the data does not support the case for a rate cut. What are your thoughts on aesthetically? 1 out of 10? You're 7 beers deep.
Huh?
Aesthetically, rate her 1 out of 10, 7 beers deep, and a shot of whiskey.
I'm not doing this right now.
Who is that?
Okay, I'll give it a 3. Jesus, it wasn't that hard of a question. That's Fed President Hammack from Cleveland. Thank you. Okay, CME went from 92, what was it, 95%, right? For a rate cut?
Yeah.
Down to 71. So still, I don't want to say overwhelming majority, but still a pretty good majority that we're going to get a rate cut in September, the 18th to be exact, almost 1 month from now. But that number has gone down. Also, on Polymarket, this was at like a 92%. Now it's down to 57%. And so before we get into the conversation with Rob, I do want to give a big thank you. Today's show is brought to you by the #1 social casino in the entire world, which is stake.us. If you want to have fun, win some free stake cash, redeem it for crypto, use stake.us. The link is in the description of this video. If you're not in the US, you can still click the link. It'll automatically redirect you to their global website. I'm not going to say the name because, well, you know, we might get flagged. But go on there, have some fun. I like to go on there and play some poker. We're in Vegas. We don't get the little scratch cards here like they do in every single other state. So I do that sometimes as well. And so, again, big thanks to Stake for being an important channel partner. Rob, thoughts on where we're headed with the rate cut? I know with the new information, jobs numbers are out. They're pretty much the level they expected. Inflation is starting to tick up. PlayStation just announced, I'm not trying to be funny here, that due to the tariffs, they have to raise prices of their gaming consoles. And I think a lot of people are saying we're going to start seeing those effects of the tariffs come in over the next 3 months. I know you've said it too. What are your thoughts on September, Fed rate cut, yes or no? And if we don't, is Bitcoin going down to the low hundreds?
Yes, rate cut.
You do think we'll get a rate cut?
Yeah.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Jerome Powell has been signaling that they are exploring the options of rate cut. It sounds like he's feeding into the narrative of rate cuts. It has been on the agenda for a while, right? He hasn't shot down the idea. He hasn't said no. He's almost like kicking the can down the road. His little beef he's had with Donald Trump starting to be in the rearview mirror, right? It's enough time has passed, and
unless he doesn't cut rates, then Trump's gonna go after him.
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't, then yeah, Trump's gonna
light him up,
lose his shit.
He definitely will, without a doubt.
Honestly, like what I think is gonna happen is that this is like the Super Bowl of financial meetings, I guess. I don't know. What is Jackson Hole anyways? Was it?
It's a symposium.
Yeah.
Spell symposium.
Yeah. Simp. All right.
Exactly.
So, the thing is I believe that Jerome Powell is front and center. And, I mentioned this yesterday. It's like the homecoming king walking into the dance, right?
You would know, right? So tell us, how was that experience?
Well, I was a homecoming king.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. So how did it go? Yeah.
Well, I looking fresh to death, walked in. But here's the thing. So people are waiting. He's the man of the hour. He is the one that everyone wants to hear speak. He's been having dinners. Everyone wants him to come in and say, hey, I'm cutting rates. So he's surrounded by thousands of people that are all just like, please, dude, just come out here and say you're going to cut rates. Now, he's done it before, time and time again, at press conferences. There's a bunch of reporters, and they're like grilling him with questions. Here, he has a chance to just take the podium and just be the man of the hour. Everyone's hoping, everyone's wishing. They're like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on. He gets up there. He's feeling confident. And I think he's going to light the crowd on fire. And he's going to say, you know what? Rate cuts are coming.
I don't know.
And I think he's going to eat it up, man.
I don't.
Because he's been catching a lot of hate. And you know what?
Shit about catching hate.
You know what? He had not caught that much heat up until the Trump era, right? Now a lot of people would say, hey, the Fed is reactionary, they're a little late, whatever. There's a lot of pundits and critics. But
you're essentially saying the chairman of the Federal Reserve is going to cave to public opinion?
No, but at some point, man, he isn't like Gary Gensler was happy being the villain. He was happy being the poster child as the villain. Now, Jerome Powell's been like, hey, I'm the G here. I'm the one that controls money.
Hell yeah.
But he's been catching a lot of flack. And even his little meeting that he had with Donald Trump, where he was like grabbing the paper and he was like nervous. He's like, oh, let me see that. And he put his glasses on. You remember that?
Yep.
He was in the factory and Donald Trump was talking about how much it costs to expand that federal building. He looked like a fool, bro. And I'm thinking I got a good gauge on people, man. My man looks hurt. He looks hurt, man.
Even though you've never met him before, just based off of TV.
He looks damaged. Yeah. He looks hurt.
What do I look? Don't answer that question. I don't know. I don't agree with Rob that Jerome's going to cave into public opinion.
I don't think he's going to come out and don't get me wrong. I don't think he's going to come out and be like, guys, I'm cutting rates. I'm not saying he's going to be outside of character, but I do think that he's going to give a little bit more. He's gonna be a little bit more dovish on his message. I think he's gonna speak to his audience, and he's gonna signal that the rate cuts are coming.
Here's what I think.
Not aggressively, but the rate cuts are coming.
Here's what I think he's gonna do. I think he's going to portray that he's not going to cut rates in September, but he will tell people, and I think he'll put benchmarks. Hey, if inflation stays below 2.8% and jobs are yada yada, then we expect to cut rates in October. I think that's what his message is going to be. Not cut in September, but then kind of pad the bad news, right? With a more precise answer to what his direction and the direction of the FOMC is going to be in October and then moving forward through the end of the year. So that's what I think. I could be completely wrong. But one thing I definitely know, well, not know, but I think is he is not going to cave to public opinion. He doesn't give a shit. What I do give a shit about is my boy French Toaster over here gifting 5 memberships. Big thanks to you, Mr. French Toaster. I haven't had French toast in a while. I love French toast. It's delicious. Also, I see my boy Billy in here. What's up, Billy? Hope you're doing good, brother.
French toast is the poor man's pancakes. It's a lazy version. Instead of making the batter, instead of taking the time making the recipe, you just got some toast and then just threw that thing in a frying pan with a little.
No.
You got to make the egg.
You have to put things in there.
It's just
French toast.
they're mailing it, bro.
What are you even talking? Do you know how to make French toast? Like, I know you're a chef, whatever, but like,
Yeah.
you don't just throw it in a pan. Hello?
Okay, I oversimplified it, but
Thank you.
still, at the same time, waffles and pancakes beat out French toast all day long.
Hell no.
Absolutely.
No. We got to do a poll.
Okay, if you're on team French toast, put a 1 in the chat. If you are on team pancake waffle, put a 2 in the chat.
1 for French toast, 2 for pancakes and waffles. I'm a 1. Ashley? You're a 1.
2. No.
Really?
Okay.
I love me a good pancake. I don't care for waffles, but I love me a good pancake.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Say it with your chest.
Should we give Ashley her present now?
Go ahead. Let's go.
Okay, so we did do, what was it, 2 weeks ago? 2.5 weeks ago?
Yeah, some.
We did a Bitcoin price prediction. Who was going to be the closest? And, well, our friend Ashley here was the closest. Her bet was 115 something, and, well, it hit like 115. So the bet was the winner would get a pair of Jordans up to $200. Okay? Ashley?
I just know you did something stupid. Yeah, I knew it. What the fuck is this?
It's your pair of Jordans.
Am I allowed to cuss on here? Sorry.
Yeah. So Ashley, we got you a very
Y'all are
special pair
so
of Jordans.
cheap. Y'all are
Please
the
open it, show the
cheapest
chat.
people I
Show the chat
know.
your pair of Jordans. Those are authentic Jordans.
I know the chat is gonna be so
Hey,
pissed
look,
off
hold it
at
up to
all
the
of y'all.
camera. We got to zoom in there. Hold it up to the camera. Let's see. Those are nice. It's a pair of Jordans under $200.
Y'all are so cheap.
What? Was that not the bet? I am a man of my word. Pair of Jordans under $200. There's a pair of Jordans.
I knew you
that
were
cost
gonna do some
$15.
dumb
I had nothing
shit.
to do with that.
I knew
Bullshit.
it was gonna be so stupid.
Don't
I
remove
knew,
yourself
I
from this
knew,
conversation. No.
you were doing it, but
Exactly. You didn't stop me. You didn't stop me. Okay.
Wow, thank you so much.
You know, Ashley, that obviously, you know, we're gonna get you a pair of Jordans, and so I have this pulled up here. Let's go ahead and just make it quick. Just pick one that you like. You know, the one I thought would look nice. These are really nice, right? These are the Jordan 1 lows. These ones are nice.
sweet.
Those are the 4s. Those are actually really nice. I don't know. Any one of these catch your attention here?
I can't really see. I'm not gonna lie, but I like the light blue ones. I don't know if they're on there. I
Light
can't see.
blue. Okay,
I'll help
like
you
these
out
ones?
here. There you go.
Yeah.
You like these?
Yeah.
Okay, done. I will order these for Ash, but you can keep the keychain ones as well. Oh,
You
look,
are
they
so
saved me
sweet.
26%. Hell yeah. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay, we'll do that later. Okay, let's get into some BTC. This is Mr. Eric Trump talking about signifying that a country is maybe buying Bitcoin and not saying anything. Let's just let's talk about this.
So, guys, I see that all over the world, right? Guys, I see that all over the world, right? I spend a lot of time in just about every country, on just about every continent. I've got projects And I talk to people, and honestly, the race toward cryptocurrency is electric right now. I mean, it is absolutely electric. I don't care if you're talking to the top leaders of various countries, where they're sitting there saying, you know, in the winter, when it's not nearly as hot, I'm going to take all the energy supply from my major city and I'm going to, you know, dedicate it to Bitcoin mining. I really believe in that asset. Or, you know, our country just bought, you know, 200,000 Bitcoin, and we did so very quietly. We don't want anybody to know about it, but that's how much we believe in the asset. And so, guys, I see that all over the world, right? I spend a lot of time in just about every.
Okay. Some people look at that and say, well, then why is the price of Bitcoin going down? Let's take a look at some metrics here. Here's the weekly trading volume of crypto's top caps over the past 6 months. Note that the two largest volume spikes from Bitcoin signal the optimal time to buy and sell. Okay, and well, this is the chart they're talking about. Again, this is volume, and here you have, you know, Bitcoin, ETH, BNB, Solana, Cardano, Doge, XRP, Tron, Toncoin, and Chainlink. And you can see a trend here. I believe it was Chainlink is starting to, you're seeing an increase in volume in Chainlink. You're seeing an increase in volume in Ethereum, although it did have a big peak on the 6th of August. Well, that was that big peak they were talking about. And, well, guess what, guys? That signaled the exact top, 124. And prices have been going down as volume has been dropping. Now, this isn't some, oh, my God, it's a indicator that no one knew, yada. But it's just important to see spikes in volume. And, well, what is trending? Also, XRP volume has been rising. Doge, not so much. Cardano, not so much. Solana is rising a little bit. It's like 6.5 billion as of today. And then one more thing I wanted to show was this was posted by Ted Pillows. Global M2 money supply predicted this dip. And well, what are they talking about? In the white line is your M2 money supply. Okay, you can see it was trending up. Then we had this dip from around 18 trillion down to 11.3. And well, guess what? Bitcoin had its dip. This is forward looking, I believe, 3 months. And so, Rob, thoughts on where we're at? Thoughts on the metrics I just shared? Hopefully you were paying attention. And what's your case here for BTC in the month of August, my friend? You think we end red in August?
No. I thought, yesterday I said I thought we would have a reversal. We'd be at 115. You look at here on the weekly, on the 7 days, on the last 7 days here on Bitcoin. I was expecting a reversal by now. I still think we're going to get it. I know you've mentioned 112 being a pivotal range.
112 is a big number.
A pivotal number to keep an eye out for. Now, it is trending down. Only in the last 7 days, though. I mean, look at this. It was a week ago. It was just 8 days ago. We put in a new all-time high, and so it's pretty damn fresh. And, we were down here at 112 twice before this month. So I think we reverse. Now, do we close above 118 in the next 10 days? I think so. I'm like 50-50, though. Now, I don't think we're going to drop. I don't think that we're going to go down to the 108 just yet. I think it's on the table. It's a possibility. I think what you need to take a better, or a closer look at would be the NASDAQ. The fact that the NASDAQ had peaked 8 days ago and has essentially pulled back. I mean, you look here on the 1 month. So on eight days ago, the same time that Bitcoin put in an all-time high, so did the NASDAQ. And the NASDAQ is down, on the down on the last 8 days. So I think everyone's waiting for this meeting tomorrow. And so for me, I think it is about 50-50. What comes out of this meeting? Are we going to have Jerome Powell just do his normal thing and kind of brush off rate cuts? Or is he going to signal that, hey, you know what? It's coming. And I think I lean more in that direction. And if that ends up being true, NASDAQ, the indices, stock market, it rallies. I think we end very positive for the U.S. economy. And NASDAQ goes up, I think Bitcoin goes right back to where it was. Now, I can't say that with conviction, but I think that's what's going to happen, man. I mean, what do you think?
I agree. I think there's a lot of uncertainty with the Fed. Once the Fed signals the direction they're going, I know the direction they're going now is nothing. But once they signal, are they going up or down? I find it hard if they go up. Very hard to see them go up. But I think once the Fed cut, I don't want to see a big cut either, because I think a big cut would signal there's something wrong. Okay. And the traders, the markets, the hedge funds, they always overthink everything. Okay. Super hypersensitive to information and things that the Fed does. I think a 25 or a 50 basis point rate cut signals the Fed is ready. Easy money's coming. The freaking housing market is a shit show right now. It's an absolute shit show. Okay, people don't want to buy houses. People are trying to sell their houses, and the people that got into high interest rates, they're just waiting to refinance. You have the money market fund. Once they start lowering rates, that money's going to start flowing in to other assets, stock market, digital assets, crypto. There was one more that skipped my entire mind.
Price of PlayStations?
No. Delinquencies. Credit card delinquencies, card delinquencies, people that bought at high interest rates, again, being able to refinance. And so the American consumer is in a shit position, a majority of people. And the simple matter of the fact is, unfortunately, the Fed won't do anything until the banks and the institutions are struggling. But I think it's coming sooner than later. I don't think we're going to get a rate hike, but they just, the market. What are you doing?
What's
Are you watching Japanese hentai?
Watching
French toast.
Yeah, you know, there was a lot of ones in the chat earlier. You know,
Yeah.
It was, and this is what you guys want. This is what you want.
Yeah, that's what we want. Now leave us alone, you clown. Anyways,
Disgusting.
Ashley, I got some good news, Ashley. Do you know, will you pull up my computer? I'm a man of my word. I ordered your shoes.
Thank you.
Okay. These ones.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay, that's it. That's all I had for that one.
Okay.
Let's talk about Chainlink.
Go
ahead.
I was just about to say. I was like, you mentioned Chainlink's price, but we didn't get into it.
Oh, we're getting into it. We're getting
yeah.
so deep into it, you're not going to know where you are. You ever had that happen? You're so deep
No.
into something you forget where you are?
No,
Like you've never gone down to the caves?
no,
Interesting.
no caves.
Fair enough. You always know where you are.
Yeah,
Awesome, man. Proud of you, dude.
got a good internal compass. I can always find the north.
The Northern Star. I'm usually good with the Southern Star. I know there's no stars down south, but you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you're saying.
I don't know what I'm saying either. I think the medicine they gave me after they literally destroyed my mouth is maybe making your boy a little loopy doopy. Okay, let's talk Chainlink. Let's talk Chainlink. What? Why are you laughing? I just bought you shoes. How about a thanks?
I said thank you.
You did. You're right. My bad. Okay. Seriously, let's talk about Chainlink. This is from Ali Charts. Chainlink added 3,000 new daily addresses, the highest growth in 5 months. Chainlink just hit 10,000 active addresses, the highest in 8 months. This is a big one. Multiple tier 1 and worldwide enterprises turned live on multiple Chainlink services today and the past days. You can see ICE, not that ICE, okay? Just another ICE, not the ones that are going to throw you in the van and take you somewhere. Mission Bank, UBS, Clearstream, big one. Euroclear, massive. BNB Paribas, huge. No idea. Massive, right? And then Central Bank of Brazil. So what we've been talking about, it's starting to happen, okay? It's starting to happen. Take a look at this. We're excited to share that Chainlink is now the industry's first data and interoperability Oracle platform to achieve ISO 27001 and SOC 2 compliance. Now, I don't know what the fuck this means.
Yeah.
So I went to my boy ChatGPT. I said, hey, CPGT, I got ISO 27001 and I got SOC 2. What does it mean for Chainlink? And here it says, So ISO 27001 is an internationally recognized standard for information security. So it's cybersecurity. What it means for Chainlink, they've proven they have strong systems, processes, and controls in place to protect sensitive information against threats like hacking, data leaks, or internal misuse. Okay? Now, what is the SOC 2 compliance? Security and privacy framework created by the American Institute of CPAs. What does it mean for Chainlink? Their systems and processes have been independently audited for 5 key principles: security, availability, processing integrity, confidentiality, and privacy. It's really important for companies to handle sensitive data on behalf of others, which Chainlink does, okay? So there's the explanation to what the announcement was. Again, I had no idea what that was. I know Rob was kind of wondering too. There's the answer to that. That's pretty big news because we all talk about, oh, the institutions are going to use it. As you can see through the process of, there's really been, I don't want to say just one, but like a few, like a small handful, like 3 or 4 that have actually gone through the process of working with these large institutions and large companies, SWIFT, DTCC, and that is Chainlink. And you're seeing it play out in real time. The things they request, the things they need, and the level that you need to be at when it comes to security and privacy and liquidity and literally everything else. And this is a standard. And so those of you that are sitting there saying, well, Chainlink hasn't done anything price-wise. Yeah, it really hasn't relative to like Solana or BNB or really any other altcoin. You're starting to see the fruits of that labor come to fruition now, okay? Then we have what they launched a few weeks ago, the Chainlink Reserve. Today, the Chainlink Reserve bought 41,105 Link tokens. And as of August 21st, the Reserve holds 150,000 Link. Okay, it's designated to support the long-term growth and sustainability of the Chainlink network. You look at Chainlink price action, massive spike in volume. Okay, volume has been crushing on Chainlink. This is on the daily. You can see on the rises, volume has been increasing. On the moves up, volume has been increasing. I really think, Robin, and feel free to chime in, I really think that if the market conditions were different and we were in a classic bull market, we're not in a classic bull market. It's a little different. And every cycle is a little differentiators. But this cycle is definitely not classic, okay? Chainlink would be probably close to 70 to 80 bucks. That is my feeling on it. You're seeing, same thing with Cardano. You saw the big runs and then the markets just start to drop and everyone sells off. So that's my kind of thing. What are your thoughts? And is there one more thing I want to share? We'll talk about that later. Those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? And what are your thoughts on the news I shared and all the metrics and statistics?
You know, you mentioned class, but if we were in a classic bull market, I think that a lot of the community-driven projects would have rallied, right? And so I think when you mention classic bull market and you're saying, hey, Chainlink could be 70, I don't actually agree with that because I think a classic bull market has been represented with investment from retail. And retail likes flashy kind of, fun stuff. They got things on their phone and they're doing transactions. Retail's not using Chainlink. And so everything you kind of pointed out to was the fact that institutions are getting on board. And this bull market has been fueled off institutions. So what have we been talking about this bull market? We've been talking about RWAs, we've been talking about stable coins, we've been talking about infrastructure, this is what Chainlink does. And to see Chainlink outperform other projects currently is no surprise because, well, retail's not fueling this thing. Now, that said, I do think retail's coming in. So as bullish as I am on Chainlink long-term, I still think that retail comes in. Now, if retail doesn't come in, this is just a straight institution and government, big players, whales kind of bull market, then Chainlink's an outright winner.
Would you say it's...
And I don't know. I don't know which one we're going to get.
If you were to list 3 cryptocurrencies that you feel safe with your money in, would Chainlink make the top 3?
Yeah.
Okay. What are your other 2? Bitcoin and ETH? It kind of has to be, right? Definitely Bitcoin.
Yeah, I still would lean into Bitcoin over ETH. I'm not a big fan of... I would so much rather hold Chainlink long-term versus Ethereum. Ethereum is Ethereum is behind in tech. That's just the reality of it, right? If you want to be the go-to layer for everyone to operate transactions and move value, and you're talking about the potential of tens of thousands of transactions per second, ETH's not there. They know they're not there. That's why they have all these different scaling solutions, because it's like, hey, it's like trying to move. It's like trying to move cargo through the Panama Canal or something. You can only get so many boats through there, right? And if all of a sudden you go to 10x the amount of ships that pass through it, they just can't handle it. And so you got to find other means. You got to go through railroads. And then so what ends up happening is you have this giant infrastructure that's built around the movement of goods from one side of the country to the other, or from Asia to the East Coast. It's because you just can't fit enough through there. And that's how I look at this, right? I look at it like, ETH's just not for me, dude. So long-term, Chainlink, dude. I'd have to flip. I'm more bullish on Solana long-term than I am on ETH. And so if you were to ask me what 3, it's not with heavy conviction, but I would feel more comfortable holding Solana over Ethereum in a 5 to 10 year window. I don't know if that surprises you. I know that's a little off of the subject here that we're on, but I just wanted to throw that out there. I mean, what do you guys think?
I started a poll.
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think is okay? Yeah, here, do me a favor. Fill this poll out. I want some replies.
Okay.
Said Phil, not feel. Okay.
No. Fair enough. I can't. 5 to 10 years.
In the next 5 to 10 years.
That's a hard question, man. That's a very hard question. I'm leaning Ethereum, but
And then things change.
That's a very hard question.
Technology rotates as far as dominance, and we saw BlackBerry lose to the iPhone. We've seen, PlayStation, knock out Sega. We've seen, you know what I mean? Like it's people.
Says the pancake propaganda guy. Sorry.
Hey, I'm just saying if you open up a pancake restaurant and you open up a French toast restaurant, pancake restaurant would be a lot more busy.
Okay. Anyways. Yeah, that's a very hard question. It looks like the chat is leaning Ethereum. We got 40 votes, 63% ETH, 36% Solana. If you're watching, please do us a favor and vote.
Now, here's the interesting thing, is that it is expected that ETH would be there, right? And if we would have gotten a time machine and asked, right after maybe iPhone 1 or 2 came out, like, hey, what is going to be more successful, the BlackBerry or iPhone? iPhone didn't take off on their very first launch. It took a while for them to catch traction. And you would ask people, and majority of people would have been like, hey man, you know what? BlackBerry, dude. Like that's my jam. And I think that once you see the majority of the people agree on something, at that point it's too late.
Yeah. I'm a big Chainlink bull. Chainlink is in my top 5 holdings. I've been holding it for a while, and I don't plan on selling for a while. I got a little bit of Chainlink in my cycle to cycle bucket that I will sell, but I'm nowhere near my target. I'm over $100 on my target to remove that. I could be wrong. I could end up not selling any and just hold it next cycle. But that's the beauty of Chainlink and having your money in something, is if you're wrong about a price point you want to exit, you can feel confident. Yes, your portfolio will go down in price, but it's not going anywhere. Chainlink is not going anywhere. Not this cycle, next cycle. If not next cycle, the cycle after. And I know what you're going to say is I want to make money now. Great. That's why me personally,
I got 2 buckets.
Yeah, I have 3. So yeah, the more buckets, the better. Okay, guys, talking about something very, very important. Cracker Barrel has rebranded. Did you see this?
Yeah, it's all over.
Rob?
It's all over social today.
Look at the remodel in the inside. Okay, right. Went from classic, old school, barn house, yada yada, to this new thing. And their stock took a nosedive, down 10% off of the news. There's some great memes. We have this one, old Cracker Barrel versus new Cracker Barrel. Okay. And then we have this one as well, old Cracker Barrel versus new Cracker Barrel. And so, Ashley, your thoughts on the rebrand of Cracker Barrel?
I feel like Cracker Barrel is like the white people yeehaw. You got to go eat there. So why they got to change it?
You're white and you say yeehaw.
I love it there.
That's what I'm saying. So are you upset with the new direction?
I mean, it's not gonna like kill me. Like the food's probably still the same. Like I don't.
You think so?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But I
saw their
also hope.
menus,
Did
and
they
they're-
change it?
They're like the laminated ones.
Ew.
looking like Denny's.
Oh no.
man.
Do
I've
they
never
still
eaten
have
at
the
Cracker
store
Barrel.
in the front?
Yeah,
Like,
but
is
here's
that
the thing,
still a
the
thing?
store used to be just this clutter. It looked like a garage sale, right?
Yeah.
Now it's all night, and now it looks like a Home Goods, right? Where it's still like a lot of random stuff, but it's very neat and organized
No.
and bright.
No.
Yeah, they're messing it up. You know, I did find this here.
Homeland said it's
take
the
a look.
worst gravy he's ever had in his life there.
Dang.
And so we do have, bring back, putting a team together. Bringing back the classics. Uncle Ben's, Aunt Jemima,
Lando Lakes.
Lando
And the
Lakes.
Cracker Guy.
You got the Cracker Guy. It's like...
Power
you know,
and that's unity right there, man.
here on the right side, you got everything you would put on some delicious pancakes, by the way. Some Land O'Lakes butter, some fresh maple syrup.
Wow. Insanity.
Yeah.
Absolute insanity. Okay. Ashley, you have some confessions?
Yeah, they're kind of boring, but I have
Well,
them.
why don't you spice them up a little bit? Go ahead.
Well, they're all crypto. Oh, hell yeah.
This sounds very relaxing.
This one's a long one, so maybe I'll only do one today. But this one says, I have a crypto confession. So I've been in crypto for a while, and I'd like to think that I've had a good experience in the market. I first started buying new coins in 2017, and I only started to pay serious attention in 2020. I had always bought all my coins on spot markets and held on to my bags, and recently signed up for a new exchange because they were offering a nice deposit bonus. I didn't know that the bonus would be just a temporary credit for future trading account. I didn't know that either. So I went ahead and started using a margin to trade futures in a bunch of coins. The market was pumping pretty hard, and my account was pumping pretty hard too. A couple weeks had taken my 500 plus bonuses and ran up to $17,000.
Dang.
I know. I was so excited, and I thought I was so dang smart. My balance was over $10,000, so I thought to myself that I should take some profits and pull them out of my wallet. I got greedy and figured I would pump it up to 20K first. Unfortunately, the market decided to take my profits from me, and I got caught in a big flush that liquidated my whole account. I had always been told to set my stop losses, and I got cocky and felt the stop losses and would only cost me a coming pump. I learned a $17,000 lesson that day, and now I know trading is not that easy. Pay attention, boys and girls.
No, trading, it's not that trading is not easy, okay? It always happens. Just a little more. Oh, it's at 90,000. Oh man, I want to hit 100. And the market's turned against you. Always. I've been in those shoes. It's happened to me multiple times. Oh,
Just sounds like you got
my
greedy.
target was $100, and it got to $96.40. Hey, just another $3. Next thing you know, it's down 20%. And like, okay, I'm going to sell it when it gets back to 96. It goes back to 90. You don't sell it, and then it drops another 30%. So it's all like, it's usually us who make the mistakes. And if you just log your trades and just stick to your plan. So I always tell people, have a plan before you enter a trade. I'm exiting here, I'm entering here. My stop loss is here, my TP is there. And just follow it no matter how high your emotions are. That's it. If you do that, start logging it, you'll see where you went wrong or where you didn't go wrong. The times where you stuck to it and didn't get greedy, you were right. The times you didn't, you were wrong and lost money. Those are my thoughts.
Yeah, it happens, dude. That was everyone goes through it. And you know, it doesn't matter what field you're in. It's just life, right? If you want to be good at something, you got to take losses. Now, if you're, you know, a professional athlete, you lose games, you lose championships, you lose playoff games. You're not going to get better without losses. And so if you think that, hey, I'm just going to trade and it's going to only be wins across the board, then you're wrong. No, you're going to take some big ass losses. You're going to lose a whole season. You're going to, you know, tear an ACL, and that's life. And you just got to learn from it. Just try not to make the same mistake again. That's literally it. Just, you know, I know that if I was trading tomorrow, or, you know, if I log off after this show, start putting in some trades, then, you know, at that point I know that, hey, I'm probably going to make some mistakes, and well, just try not to do it again. There you go.
Yep. Okay. Let's talk about, someone mentioned trading. So our Bitcoin trade is very much underwater. It's our liquidation price is 108,259, 112, or excuse me, we got in at 116.9. Maybe we get down there. I don't know. If tomorrow's super hawkish and the market's dump, I do think we'll get to that 108 level. 108 is a key support level for Bitcoin. Also, big thanks to Weeks. They are currently our preferred exchange partner. And so they're giving away $2 million. That is dependent on volume and how much you trade. Use a link, sign up for an account. There's a link in the description of the video. A lot of the big accounts are using these, right? They have a lot of liquidity on the platform. So if you're a big volume trader, you don't got to worry about exiting and entering positions and impacting the price too much, or not being able to exit your position at all. If you are a trader on the level of like CryptoFace, where you're doing, you know, $5 to $20 million in one single trade. But yeah, there's a link in the description of the video. Rob, let's take a look at the markets. We know Bitcoin's kind of at like 112.5 level. What are some of the biggest gainers and losers today?
All right, so you got ETH back at 4,200. You know, it has held pretty well against Bitcoin. It's outperforming Bitcoin on the 1 week as far as its moves. So I think that, you know, there's hope for this bull market to keep going in the direction that altcoin season kicks off. And I think the biggest indicator of that, or the closest thing to watch, is what happens to Ethereum, right? Now, going into the biggest gainers, you do got OKB, as mentioned, just a nonstop train. This thing's going to $300, dude.
Which one is it?
OKB, yeah. I don't know if it gets there today, but I mean, it was at 160 yesterday. You know, either way. Going down the list, there's a few names up over 5%. Nothing to stand out here. When you look at the biggest gainers on the week, you do got Chainlink here at number 5, up 12%. So outperforming Bitcoin, outperforming the rest of the layer ones. The biggest name here in the top 5. And then, you know,
talk to me about Cardano, man. What are your thoughts on ADA? We did put out an ADA video in the morning, and I'm assuming some people are maybe trickling in from that Cardano video. What are your thoughts on Cardano?
I had someone, you know, asking me about Cardano yesterday, like, will it get to $3 as bull market? I'm like, yeah, I think so. But is $3?
Would you be disappointed if it only got to $3?
That's kind of my question to you. Yes. You know, my question is,
yes, I would.
It was at 25 cents for the beginning of the bull market.
I know, but the idea is,
it was at 40, 50 cents for a long time.
Every cycle you're making new highs, right? That's the idea.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, it's still performing well. I mean, XRP is, you know, it took, how long did it take for XRP to get back to all-time highs, right? I mean, you're talking.
But we can point to XRP and say that's why it didn't, Rob. I don't think that's a good. I don't think that's a good one to compare it to. I mean, what else?
I mean,
that you are bullish on that didn't make a new all-time high.
I mean, Ethereum is getting closer, but it's not there.
Ethereum is a lot closer than Cardano was. Cardano ran to $1.40. Ethereum ran to 44, 40. What was it? $4,700. Almost an all-time high, like $100 away from an all-time high. So I don't know. I would be disappointed if Cardano didn't make a new all-time high, unless a vast majority of alts did not make all-time highs.
Well, you got to ask yourself, who's going to be the buyer of Cardano? It's going to be retail. And so currently it's just...
I want to see what Midnight does for ADA, and I want to see what Bitcoin DeFi looks like on ADA.
But what is Midnight going to do for ADA?
Bring people in. I mean, it's people have to claim it. They got to create a Cardano wallet.
Oh, I mean, what does it do for transactions? Like, is it in high demand right now? Is it going to be used? No, the Midnight token.
I don't even think you can buy it.
That's my whole point. Is that like it's an airdrop? People are concerned about the airdrop. They just want the free money, like they want it. Like, but like if we go back, like, okay, what is this gonna do? Like Arbitrum going out for Ethereum, like you can be like, hey, this is a scaling solution. It's gonna remedy like this is what it's gonna do for ETH network. It's gonna help out. Like you can make an argument there, right? AVE, you can make an argument, right? These are ecosystem plays. Like, what is Midnight gonna do for the adoption of Cardano to people that don't own it? And I'm not saying it's useless. I'm just saying that from this current moment, what if you're making a case? Hey, Midnight's here. Like, how is this going to pump the price of Cardano? That's my only thing. It's like I know Cardano can take off at any point in time. And you know what? Maybe it's something like rate cuts. Maybe retail is like, hey, you know what? We got some rate cuts. People are getting money. Maybe Donald Trump just airdrops some cash to people. I don't know. But from just Midnight ain't gonna do it, man. It's gonna need a lot more than that. At least for the Cardano community. You need a killer DApp, bro. There's dApps there. There's an ecosystem, but nothing's standing out as a big winner right now. Is there any killer dApp on Cardano?
Mainstream that's caught mainstream attention? No.
That's it, man. That's my whole point.
There's dApps. I'm not saying there's no dApps.
Yeah, there's an ecosystem there. There's builders. There's devs. There's nothing that stands out. There's nothing that's like, hey man, that's the Cardano app. I can't name one. I mean, Pancake Swap. Like
Pancake Swap? That's
no,
B&B.
excuse me, Sunday Swap.
That's not even the bigger one. The Min Swap is.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying? It's like,
honestly, when I think of Cardano ecosystem, I think of Snek. I think Snek has done a great job.
A meme coin outside the top 200?
Yeah.
That's your big play?
I mean, it is what it is, bro. I don't know what else to say. It's just
yeah. If your go-to is a meme coin outside the top 200, it's
you don't you dare put down the Snek community.
I'm not hating on the Snek community.
It's
I'm
my
just
boys
saying that, like,
and girls, mostly boys.
Like if that's your savior there, it's that's a tough one, man.
What are your thoughts on this? Snek has been trying to get money from the treasury for listing fees. And their whole thing is, look, we are driving all the volume. We're driving the users. We're driving everything for Cardano. We're essentially putting it on the map for people. And they want help, financial help, to get listed on other exchanges. There's a lot of pushback. What are your thoughts, Rob? And remember, Snek is the #1 Cardano native token. It's got the largest communities. It's got the largest amount of unique wallets, right? Users.
No, apologies. Snek is in number 150 on the market cap list. So,
yeah. What are your thoughts on that? Should they get a grant or not a grant? Should they get money from the treasury for listings?
No.
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 What's your
meme
argument
coins
for that?
are retail, man. Why do meme coins go up in price? It's because you buy, someone else buys, and
what do you mean?
Someone else buys, and
bro,
everyone.
look what the hot dog stand did for SHIB. Remember?
Yeah, you need people to come in. You need community, right? Getting listings is no longer the thing, right? You mentioned listings and getting money, like that's not it no more, bro. Maybe back when listings were hard to get, when Coinbase had 25 different assets you could buy. I know the list was longer than that, but Robinhood had four cryptos. Coinbase had 50 or 60 or 80 or whatever the number was. And then you had to go offshore to buy a bunch of stuff, and you had to buy things off of DEXs. And then you got that big exchange listing. It was huge. Now it's like you see, hey, new exchange, and then it's like listing on Binance, listing on this one, listing on this one. And what does the price do? Nothing. That crap is overhyped. What you need, if you want to be a community-based token, you need community. Like, I don't know, man. Right? If you're gonna make shoes, you gotta sell shoes.
What?
If you're gonna be a mechanic, work on cars. If you're gonna be a community-based token, grow your community.
They are.
Wow.
That's literally what they've been doing. And they just asked for some money to get exchange listings.
So that's nothing.
Listen, guy.
You need liquidity. I'm not saying it's irrelevant.
Listen.
I'm not trying to brush it under like it's nothing. But I mean, yeah.
In my opinion, Cardano's missed a lot of opportunities and marks, but I cannot exclude him from my long-term hold. I cannot. The way it's built, the legacy of Cardano, what it can do. I know it hasn't shown its potential yet. I know it hasn't gotten the big, like, users as far as people using it yet, the adoption. But I just cannot. I cannot ship it on Cardano.
I'm not shipping
I
it
can't
either.
do it. Am I a little disappointed at some things? Absolutely. I am. But I'm holding faith, man. And Cardano's in my long-term bucket. Maybe it doesn't hit a high this cycle.
My thing is like, bro, it's the thing. When did it launch? I think.
Listen, first things first. Get a fucking stable coin. I know it's centralized. I know the whole thing of, well, they can. I get that. I think it's great you have USDM. I think it's great you have JED. But you need a Circle or Tether, man. You just need it. That's where all the liquidity is. You need it.
It's been 8 years, man.
Have both.
It's been 8 years. ICO, or when he announced it, I know they didn't have the typical launch.
VC driven ICO.
Yeah. But this was something in the works for a while, man. I think it's like probably 10 years. And it's just like I would like to see more out of it. I'm a believer in it. I don't know, but I mean, at some point, you're just like, when is this thing going to kick off, bro?
Yeah, bro.
Like,
okay.
I'm all about. I'm a holder Cardano. I'm not hating on it as far as an investment. I would just like to see a popular DApp come out. There's DApps on there, just not. There's not.
Or maybe have a popular app bridge to Cardano. Yeah. We're starting to see a lot of that. Maybe Jupiter, decides that they want to incorporate Cardano natively. I don't know. But yeah. That'll do it for the show today. Thank you all very much. Big thanks to all of our mods. Big thanks to Ashley. And Jay Smith said his dog's name is Crypto with a K. I like it. If you're not subbed to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And those of you that want to continue the Cardano conversation, the video's up on our channel. Go watch it right after. Yeah, that's all I got. Gina, roll the outro. Thank you all. Now roll the second outro.
Sin City Crypto. Cassius Cuvée. Yeah. Sin City Crypto. Everybody know we here for entertainment and info. Gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in for big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I spit the game, but they gave it. Name the coin is your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy the dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming hola till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon and to the solar. Won't I? Don't be letting FOMO control